for tuning into TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Wisdom Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesday. Okay, so today is Wisdom Wednesday, like I stated, and we are going over the Tao Te Ching. Okay, and what this is basically it's a collection of old proverbs. What they say, old wise Chinese proverbs that were written like 4,500 years ago. And what's remarkable about it to me is how this stuff still applies in today, like today, 4,500 years later, and these verses still apply today. There's still lessons that we as humans need to learn, and that says a lot on its own. So I'm gonna just leave that there. But that's what the Tao Te Ching is. And right now, what we are on verse 30, which is defense and aggression. Now I know I said verse, but this isn't like religious text, so it's not like your Bible or your Quran or any of the rest of those religious tablets or booklets. This is more so a philosophical side of things. And even though they say verses, it's still more philosophical than it is religious. Although they do talk about the great integrity. And the great integrity is like that creator spirit, like what we call God, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever name you have for it, source, spirit. That's what the great integrity is that they speak on. And if you think about integrity, it's really like the ultimate truth. So when they say in the great integrity, it's like the ultimate truth, the ultimate truth of creation is basically what I get out of it. You might get something else out of it. And I always encourage you guys, like, please leave your comments below. If you get something out of this or if something came to you from this, leave that comment below and share it with me because I would love to hear it. I would love to read it to see what you think and see what you got out of it. But we're going to go over this. I'll read it and then I'll go break it down as far as what I get out of it and what I think it means. And then again, I always encourage you guys to put down in the comments what you think and what you get out of it. But before I do, please like, subscribe, and share because if you do, if you get anything out of this content, anything that's valuable to you, share it with other people. Share it with those that you know, love, and care about so they can get that wisdom as well. And also it helps the channel out. Okay. And then the other thing is I am a distributor for Young Living, which is an essential oil company. They're the best in the business, in my opinion, which is why I sell it. They do not sponsor me, but again, I am a distributor for them, so I do sell them. So check out the link below. It's myyl.com /UDG. But the link again is down below. You don't have to write it out. Just click the link and you can go do your shopping after the video, of course. So let's get into it. So again, we're on defense and aggression. So it says those on the path of the great integrity never use military force to conquer others. Every aggressive act harvests its own counterterrorism. Whenever the military marches, the killing fields lay waste to the land, yielding years of famine and misery. When attacked, those on the path of the great integrity defend themselves benevolently, never revenging. Achieve success without arrogance, without seeking glory, and without violating others. Aggression leeches our strength and humanity, subverting the great integrity and inviting disaster. So that's a lot. So let's break it down. So it starts off with those on the path of the great integrity never use military force to conquer others. Every aggressive act harvests its own counterterrorism. So that to me sounds like karma. Okay, what you do to others is going to be done to you. So, and again, the great integrity is like that creator spirit. So it's like God, Yahweh, Jehovah, source, spirit, whatever name you give it. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about with the great integrity. And I guess the great integrity was agreeing. Like, yeah. But anyway, so that's what I get out of this is that you're not going to use the great integrity would never use military to force. It's not going to do something aggressive. And I see, in my opinion, it is a kinder spirit as well. It's more gentle. It's going to talk to you, walk you through it, and hope you learn some lessons. If not, it's going to keep putting you in that same position for you to eventually learn some lessons. Then it says, whenever the military marches, the killing fields lay waste to the land, yielding years of famine and misery. And to me, that's not just to the lands, that's with the people as well. Because if you've ever met anybody or if you have anybody in your family that was ever in a war or in a military, how it affects the generations behind them as well. And I think that this is talking about that as well. So it's not just talking about the lands and how, nothing might grow there for a while, or, nobody wants to be in that area because of the energy that it has. I think in addition to that, it's also talking about the devastation that it has generational within the people who have experienced it and were a part of that. When attacked, those on the path of the great integrity defend themselves benevolently, never revenging. So, if you believe in karma and understand karma, which is that whole thought process of what goes around comes around, and that energy you put out is going to be the energy you receive, you don't have to worry about nobody else. You know that whatever it is that's due to them, they're going to get. Whether it's good or bad, same thing for you. Whether good or bad, you're going to get the energy that's due to you. So, whatever energy you put out there, that's what's going to come back to you. And so, why would they worry about revenging? They don't have to. They know that it's going to happen anyway. And into once you get to a certain, I don't want to say level, but you get to a certain place in your journey, you understand that things happen for a reason. Nothing is by coincidence. Even those things that we think are so horrible and so terrible that happen to us, they happen to us for a reason, even if we don't like it. And one of the things I like to use as an example is Christopher Reeves. So Christopher Reeves was an actor who back in the 70s played, I think it was in the 70s. I don't think he made it to the 80s, but I think it was in the 70s. But anyway, he played Superman. And he used to like riding horses, and he fell off a horse and ended up being paralyzed from the neck down. Because he was paralyzed from the neck down, he actually invested and was a spokesperson for stem cell research. So stem cell research has progressed to the point that it has to this day because of due not solely, but he had a large impact in it because of his interest in it, because of his injury. So if he didn't fall off the horse and become paralyzed, he never would have invested in it and probably never would have said anything about stem cell research. And it probably wouldn't be as far advanced as it is today. So that's what I mean when I say bad things happen, but usually it's for a reason. Nothing happens just because. Everything happens for a reason. It's just sometimes those are lessons that are a bit hard to swallow and a bit hard to take, but they happen for a reason. And that's why it says never revenging, because whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that happens, is for a reason. It's a lesson that you're supposed to get out of it, or something you're supposed to do because of it. Achieve success without arrogance and without glory and without violating others. Well, if you want to achieve success, you don't have to achieve success stepping on other people and on the backs of other people. You can do it on your own merits. And once you do that and you go about it like that, you don't have to speak to it. Your actions are going to speak for itself. Your reputation is going to speak for itself because people are going to know who you are. And because you didn't come up and do it in a backstabbing, conniving way, they're going to respect you for it. Okay? And that's what I think this is talking about. Aggression leeches our strength and humanity, subverting the great integrity and inviting disaster. Aggression leeches our strength and humanity. So think about it. When you're really mad and you're really upset and you're really going at it, you basically lose all thought process. You are basically the same as one of these animals out here in the jungles or in the Sahara, Africa, that's just doing stuff to survive. Okay, you like a wildcat just going crazy, or a gorilla on a rampage. You're not thinking. You're not concerned with who it is that you're going up against. You're just angry, aggressive, and you just going at it. And all thought of anything else leaves you. And that's what this is talking about. It leeches your strength because you're so mad and tense. You're going to wind down real quick. You can't keep that and maintain that kind of level of aggression. You can't maintain that kind of energy that you're putting out. Eventually, you're going to crash. And then with the humanity part, you're not even thinking about humanity because you're not even thinking as a human at that point. You are animalistic at that point when you're aggressive like that. And so I think that's what this is talking about. And when you get in a mood like that or in a state like that, you ain't got nothing to do with no great integrity, okay? You ain't even got nothing to do with your own integrity, okay? All of that is gone out the window. All of it. It is out the window. You're not even concerned with it. So, and again, that's my take on it, what I got out of it. I would love to see what you get out of it, or what you thought about it, or what it sparked inside of you, because it may be different than what I do when I say it, and that's okay. You can read stuff all the time, and sometimes you go back and read it, and because of the new experiences that you have and the new process and the new growth that you've gone through, when you go back to read something, it doesn't mean the same thing as it did before. It doesn't hit you that same way. So you could easily have a different interpretation of everything that I read, and that's okay. That's good actually. You need that diversity. But anyway, like I said, drop a comment below, and tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, and share, because if you get something out of it, chances are someone else will as well. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.